Grand Rising. Happy Friday. I pray everybody's having a positive, productive start to your day today. If not, I pray that your angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and of course the Most High help you with that today. In his armor from head to toe, that he strengthens our discernment and guides our steps as we go throughout this day. I also want to send loving, healing energy to anyone who's still in recovery from the storms, anybody dealing with displacement, homelessness, addiction, depression, anxiety, loss of a loved one, health problems. Oh, our power just went out and it just came back on. Um, it's a chilly day. Uh, it was sleeting when I first woke up this morning, 35 degrees. So, indoor day to say the least. We're going to get started with our chakra affirmation wisdom card for the day. We'll get our incense lit and then we'll hop into it. I hope everybody's new year is going well so far. It's the 3rd, 3 days into 2025. 6th chakra, third eye chakra, mindfulness. I do believe third eye is rose. Yes. Shout out to Dollar Tree. These incense are Elegant Expressions Aromatherapy. If you don't have a Dollar Tree in your, you can order them online. Purple must be the color today. I was drawn to my purple this morning. Purple rain, purple rain. In my younger years, I wasn't really a huge fan of Prince, but as I've gotten older, I really do like some of his music. Purple Rain, When Doves Cry, Starfish and Chocolate, or Chocolate and Starfish, whichever that is. All right, mindfulness. I'm aware of my thoughts and I ask myself, are they uplifting and are they true? I do this because I know that my thoughts significantly affect my mental, emotional, and physical health, and because I know that my body believes everything that I believe. I am not in control of all situations that come my way, nor am I in control of what others do and say. However, I do have free will as to how I respond. I choose to respond to all situations from an enlightened position rather than reacting. All right, we'll get our grief affirmation for the day. I just got a message. Though my grief is painful, it is a natural, necessary, and healthy response to my wounds. I can learn to work with these feelings so that they can eventually guide me to a place of healing and safety. Mindfulness. Being mindful of our grief, being mindful of the way it affects us spiritually, emotionally, physically. We'll get a verse of the day prayer card. If this is the first time, 4:44 on the timer when I looked. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I would definitely appreciate a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Donations are appreciated, but of course not expected. Oh, look at there. That's the sunshine for the first time today. Oh, that's wonderful. That's the first time the sun's come out this morning. I also have another channel that I'm working on, Workout Buddy SoddyPixie. If you want to check that out, there's a lot of yoga and health information on that. Proverbs 4, chapter 4, verse 23. Above all these, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. And obviously, we've looked this up before because I have it written on here. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. All right, we'll get a affirmation from the Wild Offering Oracle, and then we'll get into the Mary Magdalene. But before I do that, because I've been forgetting to do it. We're gonna go ahead and do it before. I'm pretty sure we've gotten the angel number 444 before, but we'll pull it up again. The angel number 444 represents clarity and decisiveness. When this number keeps showing up in your life, it means the angels are trying to tell you that what you've been preparing for is finally coming to fruition. It can also be a sign. Oh, well, that says basically the same thing. The number is thought to be a message from your angels that everything you've been building toward is on the horizon and your determination will be rewarded. It encourages you to let go of what no longer serves you and embrace new opportunities for growth and renewal. 444 is a sign of God's eternal omnipresence. He is everywhere forever, and He is watching over you as a shepherd watches his flock. God's presence and protection surround you during times of change and uncertainty. Okay, there we go. Isn't it funny that we got that number when the sun was shining? Service, confidence, and change is on the top of the deck. Mistakes on the bottom. Abundance. I think we got that yesterday. Compassion. We'll keep abundance out, but I'm pretty sure we got that yesterday. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I have over 500 videos on this channel, and there's no timeline or anything with these videos. They can help you at any time or place, so go check those out. All right, we have service. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. Then confidence. Divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. You make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence, O love, and grant me courage I never knew I had. And then compassion. As you pray each day for greater compassion, a new self is born, drawing new people and experiences. Dear Lord, help me feel ever deepening self-acceptance. May I see myself as you see me. A lot of these affirmations I've created shorts for. So you can go to the shorts list and copy them down or screenshot them so that you can say them yourself. Abundance. Divine Beloved, show me how to feel fully deserving to receive. I release my ego's plan and open to being a vehicle for abundance. All right, now we'll get into the 1044 on the timer. Now we'll get into the Mary Magdalene Oracle. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day. I'm so glad the sun came out. It's been so gray all morning. When it's cold outside, I've got the month of May. I guess you'd say, what can make me feel this way, my girl? Talking about my girl, my girl. That makes me think of the movie My Girl. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I've got so much honey, the bees envy me. I've got a sweeter song than all the birds in the trees. Beloved, love never ends. Pretty sure we've gotten that recently. Get two more. Thank you, Lord, for the sunshine. The seventh power, it flipped over, it didn't come out. I'm not going to read this one because we just got this one yesterday. Anger is information. You can go back and look at yesterday's video, and that one's in there. That card basically talks about, how the things that we get angry about are there to teach us. Christ, love knows only mercy. And then presence. I exist intensely. I call myself back from all times and all places. All right. Beloved, Christ, and presence. I exist intensely. Scholars believe that Christ spoke Aramaic among other languages, and the Aramaic word for death translates as existing elsewhere. This translation implies that when the body ceases to function, this essence of who we are, this presence of love within us, still exists, just mysteriously somewhere else. Death, then, is not an end, but an irrevocable transition, a transformation from being present in the body behind our eyes to being present in a place that's ultimately unknowable to the living. This translation of death also allows us to understand the way that the egoic self can cause a form of death by forcing us to exist elsewhere at different points throughout our lifetime. The strength in the seven powers of Mary Magdalene names in her gospel is that they compel us to exist either in the past, painfully regretting or longing for what was, or casting our presence into the future, clinging to what might be. So many of us live like this, ransoming our present joy until we reach some distant point when we have what we think we want. The seven powers of the ego take us from the present moment. And the only place that we can actually create change in our lives is when we have the courage to just be with the presence of love right here within. So every time we return from the death of existing elsewhere in the past or in the future, we're coming back to life. All it takes to be present again, all it takes to come back to this body, to this one ferociously precious life, to this potent moment is 3 breaths. And this is both the easiest and hardest part about being human because it takes becoming aware that we are no longer present. And that's the arduous part. It takes waking up again and again, fighting for our capacity to be here, to exist intensely. And for those of us with histories of trauma, the work is even more intense and the return is even more triumphant. The soul voice meditation. What can I release to exist intensely in this present moment? A lot of times we don't even realize that our thoughts, our actions, the things that we long for, the things that we regret, the things that we've been through in life pull us away from being active in the present moment of our lives. All right, we have Christ. Love knows only mercy. It's crucial for us to remember that Christ was crucified by the Roman Empire. He wanted to turn the unjust power structures of the empire on their head, making the first last and the last first. Christ wanted to free us from the misunderstanding that any one of us had the right to put ourselves above or below another. Christ wanted to free us from the illusion that external forms of power, like wealth and authority, could ever come close to the ultimate power of love that exists within us. It's crucial for us to remember that Christ wasn't Christian. Christianity came hundreds of years after Christ. Christ himself embodied a spiritual practice called kenosis, which is Greek for self-emptying love. When we practice loving someone, even a stranger, a perceived enemy, by emptying out all our egoic ideas about them, we free ourselves and them. We put mercy into practice. Mercy is what love looks like in action. In Mary's gospel, Peter asks Christ, "What is the sin of the world?" And Christ replies, "There is no such thing as sin." Mary chapter 3, verse 3. I talked about that yesterday. Actually, I think it was the evening devotional that I talked about that. Christ here is saying that we are not innately sinful. Sin does not exist as an ultimate truth. Sin, according to the Gospel of Mary, is when we mistake the ego for our true self, when we are unable to sense the presence of the soul in the midst of one of the powers of the ego. We then act from that forgetful state. Christ in Mary's Gospel wants us to remember that being human means being an ego, with all the humanity that demands, and that being human also means being a soul. Mary's gospel relates that Christ was the true human being, and this is what he revealed to her we are meant to become also. The true human being has united the ego to the true self and the soul. Even in the midst of the worst of what can unfold in our lives, we have the capacity to return to the limitless love we are. How can we do this? We have mercy on ourselves. We have mercy on each other. We let love reach where it has never been before. The soul voice meditation. What mercy can I have for myself or someone else in this moment? And then we have beloved. This is everything that's coming out here really very much aligns with the evening devotion, excuse me, that I did last night. Um, that's a new addition to the channel. We have the morning devotion, the live, and then the evening devotion. And I've kind of slacked off on it a little bit, the intellectual devotional, but those are available to view and I'll continue to do them, so on. Okay. Beloved. Love never ends. A beloved, in my experience, is not a love that can be contrived, meaning we can't force anyone to become beloved to us. It's a love that's gifted. It's a love that comes from within. Mary and Christ, in my deep belief, are beloveds. A beloved relationship moves along a different timeline or outside of time altogether. There are relationships that move along a linear trajectory. We meet, we work to get to know each other, to build trust, to grow the love and friendship over time. A beloved, though, is remembered. The relationship doesn't feel linear. It's as if this person is someone we have always known. It's as if some part of us that could never be pointed to or even named precisely is now whole, simply from the presence of this person restored to our lives. We feel seen, we feel known. And it's not a love that's earned. It's just there, as if we were born with the capacity to recognize it, as if we were here on this earth in order to meet this beloved incarnate. We can only recognize the beloved from within us. We know when this person has entered our lives because of the massive shift that happens internally. And though we cannot force or manipulate meeting this beloved, we can, right now in this moment, cultivate what it feels like to be fully loved. Death cannot separate beloveds. The form of the relationship radically shifts, becomes subtle rather than incarnate, but continues to grow and increase after death. Beloveds cannot be separated in death from each other because they are not separate from each other in life either. A beloved can never leave us because the beloved exists primarily within. We can give ourselves now in this moment the love we hope one day live the love we hope to one day live into. The love that brings forth more of the truth of who we already are. A beloved is also who we can be to ourselves. When we love ourselves unconditionally, we create new potential, new life, and exponential hope. Love only ever increases within us. Love is what never ends. The soul voice meditation. How can I love myself unconditionally in this moment? Me personally, I have experienced that type of relationship before. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship, it can be a friendship, a family member, you know, somebody that comes into your life and loves you in a way that you learn how to love yourself better. It's a love that never ends. It doesn't matter what they do wrong, how many times they hurt you. even if they're no longer there anymore. It's a love that never goes away. It's a love that I'm thankful that I've experienced, even though it's no longer in my life anymore. It really does cause a transformation. It allows us to see things differently about love, about life, and about ourselves. Being mindful of that love. I'm being drawn back to the chakra affirmation. It's a love that changes you. It changes the way you view yourself, the way you view the world. Things become important to you that weren't necessarily important to you before, and especially the self-love. When you experience that kind of love, even if it's not with you anymore in the physical, it's a type of love that changes you. It it makes you want to be better. It makes you want to be better to yourself, better to other people, better to the world. It it allows that mercy to flow easier. You want more, you want to share it with the world, not just one person. It opens up something inside of you that I guess helps push you through. And really, in reality, that love is within us always. Sometimes it just takes a certain person or situation to open us up to see it. In most cases, um, other than it being a person, it's usually some kind of trauma, some kind of grief that helps us learn that the love is within us. Compassion, confidence, confidence in ourselves, confidence in the love that we can give to ourselves, that in turn we can share with others. Dear Lord, help me feel ever deepening self acceptance. May I see myself as you see me. As you pray each day for greater compassion, a new self is born, drawing new people and new experiences. We are all spiritual beings here having a human experience because there's things that we need or want to learn or experience, whether that's love, learning different emotions, different ways to heal ourselves. I am not in control of all situations that come my way, nor am I in control of what others do and say. However, I do have free will as to how I respond. And that's making me think of, we did see the seventh power. Anger is information, turning that pain into purpose, turning the pain into power, using the pain, the grief, the loss of this life. 2929, when I looked at the timer, transforming that into power and learning how all things can. What scripture is that? Where all things, all weapons formed against us shall be used for our good. All weapons formed. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against them in judgment thou shalt condemn. That's not it. I mean, that is a good verse, but that's not it. Romans 8:28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. That's not it either. Anyways, I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Uh, Here, let's pull up the Bible app. Genesis 50:20. As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today. Okay, let's look up angel number 2929, because that's one I've never seen before. A reminder that you are a spiritual being with a unique purpose to fulfill in this lifetime. Didn't I just say didn't I just say that? Embrace your spiritual gifts and trust in the guidance of the angels as you navigate your journey. Remember to use your talents and abilities to serve others and spread light and love wherever you go. Let's see what this one says. Number 2929 is a combination of the vibrations of the number 2 appearing twice, magnifying its influence, and the attributes of number 9 also appearing doubled, amplifying its energies. Angel number 2929 tells of circumstances, situations, relationships, and even employment and career options that are coming under review at this time. This may lead to some things coming to an end or closure, leading to new directions and opportunities for further soul growth. Stay balanced, focused, and open during this time, and you will find that these endings and subsequent changes will be to your highest good. If you have been intuitively feeling that a part of your life is coming to a close or an end, this number brings validation. It's also a message from your angels to express your unique soul and weave love into every aspect of your life. Base your life on the principles of love, acceptance, integrity, compassion. Look at that. Wow. And cooperation. Realign with your heart and soul and discover your true nature and soul purpose. You have powerful energies within you, and they are to be used for the betterment of your own life and that of others. So listen to your inner yearnings and intuition and follow through with your insights and ideas. Trust that you will be able to find a comfortable balance between your material, family, and spirit worlds. This also suggests that if you have been considering beginning or expanding a spiritually based practice, career, and or profession, or heart-based service, look at that, or venture, now may be the most auspicious time to put a plan into action. Work out what you really want and need and how you wish things to progress, then work toward achieving your goals. Each and every person has a completely unique and perfectly aligned life purpose. This is perfectly aligned with their soul's chosen divine path. There we go. I couldn't have said it any better myself. Thank you, Google. All right. As always, be grateful for what you have, the big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, but you could possibly change their life, and you never know the impact it could have on yours. Be blessed, find peace, and I'll see you next time.